Hi guys, my name is Shalom and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And for this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make this amazing tote bag. And as you can see, it has pockets. It has a side pocket and it's quite a big bag. So I'll be showing you how to make this, how to make the base this stiff. But for this tutorial I'll be using these two shades of brown. So for this tutorial I'll be using Robin, which is 100% acrylic, and I'll be using 2 skeins of this chunky yarn for the chocolate color and then 1 skein for the brown color. Something else that you need is a 5.0mm hook, a tape measure to take your measurements, and also a pair of scissors to be able to cut your yarn, and some stitch markers. So let's get into the video. For the base part we'll be using the tunation stitch, and to make the tunation stitch you'll have to yarn over, so to make a slip knot like that, and then for me chain a total of 6 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Those are 6 chains. And then you place your stitch marker. So you place your stitch marker into this first chain like that, and also I like placing it on my last chain so that you can be able to identify your first and your last stitch like that. And for the tunation stitch, it's a bit stiff, so it's more like knitting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So to start your first row, into your second stitch from your hook, insert your hook to the back loop only. You see there are these 2 loops and then there's this back loop. Insert your hook like that, yarn over, pull up a loop, but do not complete your chain. For the next row, stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. On your hook you have 3 loops, and insert your hook like that, yarn over, pull up a loop. So far we have 4 loops. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then on our last stitch insert your hook like that, pull up a loop. So in your hook you should have a total of 6 chains, 6 loops. So to start our row, you yarn over, pull up this loop like that, pull up 1 loop, and then yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2 for this second one, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over, pull through the last 2. And this is what you should have. So this is what you should have so far. And for your second row, you insert your hook into this. You see there's these loops like that. Insert your hook in there, yarn over, pull up a loop. Do not complete it. Into your second stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Your third, yarn over, pull up a loop. Your fourth, yarn over, pull up a loop. And then for the last one, you make sure that you insert your hook into these 2 stitches. Don't insert it into the one. So insert it like that, and then yarn over, pull up a loop, just like that. But if you find this hard, you may use your single crochets for your base. So to return back, this is called the return pass. For this one is the forward pass, and then this one is the backward pass. So yarn over, pull up 1 loop, yarn over, pull up 2 loops, yarn over, pull through through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then pull through 2. So let me show you for the last time. You insert your hook in here like that, pull up a loop. You have 2 loops on your hook. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook, pull up a loop, and for your last one you make sure you insert through 2 loops and then pull up a loop like that. And then when going back, you pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, like that. So this is what makes the base of your bag stiff, like that. So I'll do this until I have enough chains for enough base for my bag, and then I'll get back to you. So this is how the Tunisian stitch looks, and then there's the back. And if you see, it's so stiff, it doesn't stretch at all. That's why I love using it. So guys, I'm on my row 39. I am making 40 rows of the Tunisian stitch. So my last row, and yeah. So this is how your work should be looking like. And for me, this measures around 12 inches to 13. I'll have to stretch it a bit. And yeah, it measures 12 inches and I'm okay with that. So this is the base of my crochet tote bag. And now to close off this part, you'll see this part looks a bit weak, if for the lack of a better word. But yeah, so to do that, I'll put a single crochet through where I've been making my Tunisian stitch, like that, and onto my first single crochet I place a stitch marker there, like that. And then to my second stitch, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 single crochets. So now to start off to the body of our bag, that is the body part. This part is made up of single crochets. So as you can see, this is where we ended our Tunisian stitch, and then we start our single crochets. And to do that, we'll just continue with the single crochets. So into your next, the stitches are quite visible, so yeah, so we'll do single crochets and all around. So when you get here, I'll get back to you once you get to where your stitch marker was. So I'm almost at the end of this row. Just place my single crochet like that, and just like that. So if you had 40 rows of the Tunisian stitch, you should be having 40 rows of single crochet. Sorry, 40 single crochets, that is from this corner to this corner. So I'm on my 40th stitch. Remove your stitch marker and then place your single crochet. And then for this part, we'll be having 5 single crochets. 3, 4. And then now remove your stitch marker once again and place a single crochet where you had your stitch marker. like that. And now continue with your single crochets until you get to where we placed our stitch marker here, where we started with our single crochets, and then I'll get back to you. So I'm almost at the end of my row. Place my last 2 single crochets like that, and then make sure that you place your stitch marker onto your last single crochet. So place your stitch marker and then remove the stitch marker that we placed that first, and place a slip stitch that is close off the row. And to put a slip stitch, you insert your hook like that, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then pull through that one and chain one. And also make sure to place your stitch marker into this same stitch that we used it to close off our row. And for this part, we'll be turning our work. For this project, we'll be turning our work such that you'll find that your single crochets are in a straight line. So after chaining one, you turn your work, and then you skip these 2. Yeah, you skip these 2, and then where you have your stitch marker, you place your first single crochet of row 2. I hope that is clear. And then return your stitch marker. Don't forget to place your stitch markers. So we place a stitch marker onto our last row, and then our first row of the second, our last stitch of the second row, and then we'll be working single crochets throughout this project. So work single crochets all round. There is no increase, so just single crochets like that. So do that until once you're almost at the end. I'll get back to you to show you one last time how to close off your row, and then I'll tell you the number of rows that you will be making. So I'm almost at the end of my row. Place a single crochet, second last, and then you remove your stitch marker like that, and on to that same stitch place a single crochet, and then return your stitch marker, but do not complete it. Do not close it off, because this will be our first single crochet of the next. This is where we'll be placing our first single crochet of the next row. And then into this stitch marker, there's no need of removing it, just place a slip stitch into that stitch, to that single crochet. So place a slip stitch like that, chain one, and then turn your work. So onto this stitch that has a stitch marker, you place your first single crochet and then return your stitch marker. I hope that is clear. And then continue. So this is row number 3, and for this bag I'm making a total of 42 rows, and for this bag is a bit smaller. I made a total of 40 rows, and for 40 rows this adds up to 9.5 inches to 10. So if you want a bigger bag, you may add other stitches, but if you want it also smaller, you may make lesser single crochets. So I'll do that and then get back to you once I have the full length of my bag. So guys, I'm at the end of my 42nd row, and this is how my work looks like so far. And when you measure, for me I have around 10 inches. So I want to put a border of 2 rows of single crochet using this other color. So to do that, I'll just finish off this row, put my last single crochet like that, and this is how you change your color. And then I'll make a slip stitch, like that, and then turn my work. And so for now, I'll place single crochet all around. I just want to weave in these two, so I'll place single crochet and then return my stitch marker, because I'm making 2 rows of single crochet. But if you're not putting the border line, you can just finish off and then forward this video up to where I'm making the pocket. So you place your single crochets, so add your single crochets until you get to the end of the row, and then I'll get back to you. So guys, I'm done with my 2 rows of this other color. So I'll just remove my stitch marker, and at this point I no longer need them for the bag. So just slip stitch and then chain 1 and pull up your yarn, and then cut off your yarn like that and pull it up. So far this is how your bag should be looking like if you're making the same exact color with mine. And now let's work on the pockets. For my pockets, I'll be making a total of 30 chains. So you chain 30. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 29, 30. So I have 30 chains, and then I'll chain 1 extra as the turning chain. And just like we started, we'll turn your work into the back loop. This loops is where we're making our single crochets. So insert your hook into the second stitch from your hook, then make a single crochet. So basically we're making single crochets at this point. And for me, I'm making a total of 25 rows, 25 to 28 rows. So for my desired length, I'm making a total of 25 rows. So make your single crochets through the back loop, and when you get here, I'll get back to you. So guys, I'm almost at the end of my row. Just put my last 2 single crochets like that, and this is how your first row should be looking like. So you chain 1, turn your work, and then make a normal single crochet into both loops like that. So this is our second row. So you'll just do this until you get your desired number of rows. For me, I want 25 rows. So I'll get back to you once I'm done with the 25 rows, and then we'll be making our straps. So guys, I'm done with the pockets, and I made a total of 23 rows. So I want us to do the straps together. I have made one of the straps, and I made a total of 130 chains for the straps, and I also used a smaller hook, a 3.5 millimeter hook. So you'll just chain a total of 130 if at all you want the exact size of strap that I have. But if you want a bigger strap, you just add the number of rows. Make, let's say, 150 rows or 150 chains, and also make sure you're using a smaller hook to make the straps a bit tighter, because you know they might stretch. So let's make our starting chain, and to do that you'll just chain and so like we've been doing. So just chain a total of 130, and then I'll meet you there after you're done. So I've made a total of 130 chains plus 1, which will be the turning chain. So turn your work, and to the back side you make your single crochet on the second loop from your hook. So just like that. And for these straps we'll be making a total of 3 rows of single crochet. So these are 3 rows. So just do that, and then I'll meet you when you're done to show you how to join them, to join the straps to the bag. So guys, once you're done, you'll have to place your stitch markers for you to be able to join the bag, the pocket to the bag, and also the straps. And you'll place your stitch marker on the second row of single crochets. So that's why we're using the Tunisian stitch, because it's so easy to identify the single crochets. And my second row is this row. So I'll just place a stitch marker first. Like that. And then also to this side you place your stitch marker in this corner of the pocket. Just like that. So once you've placed the stitch markers, you ensure that you measure that the both sides are equal. So for me, this side measures up to 2 inches, and this side is also 1.9 to 2 inches. So what you have to do is to join these two ends, this bottom part, so that it can at least make the pockets a bit stable for you to be able to join the straps to it. So to do that, just place other stitch markers on top, just to make your work stable. Like that. And then also to this side you place your stitch markers. Just like that. And then now you'll take your darning needle, so I'll be using a darning needle to join my work. So to do that, I'll just weave in just like the way we normally weave in our ends or even your clothes. So insert your darning needle like that, and then pull through to the inside part like that, and then just make sure that you're weaving into the second row that we placed our stitch marker. So you'll do that across your work. So just do that until you get to this point, and once you are here, it will be time to join your straps. So you'll have to join these ends too. So let me do that, and then I'll get back to you after joining down here and then up here, and then also this side. So do that and then we'll get back to you. So guys, I'm done sewing in my pocket and this is how it looks. Don't mind the way it's raggedy a bit, because we'll use this to at least cover that. So this is how you place your straps. So just place it in just on the same line with the pocket like that, and then also on this side, and sure you align your work properly. This side you'll do the same. So you'll have to use your stitch markers to put it down. So place your stitch markers here, 2 of them here, then 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 there, and then I'll get back to you once you're done placing your stitch markers. So basically this is how your work should be looking like, and what I didn't mention is that you should at least make sure that the 2 rows of the straps are covering, let's say 1.5 row of the pockets, just to make it even. So this is how it should be looking like. So just weave in your work, or just join your work all through. So you'll be joining from here up to this point. So from here to here, you make sure that your darning needle goes through the pocket, then through the bag. So make sure you join up to this point, also join from this point downwards, and for the other side too you just do the same. It's just that here we don't have a pocket, so make sure that your strap goes this way and then you join it, and that will be it. So I'll come show you my end product, how my bag looks like, and yeah.